An Irish funeral is, of all funerals, one of the most singular. It is the highest point of ambition among the children of the Emerald Isle that they might have an easy death and a fine funeral. They deny themselves innumerable comforts in life in order that they may enjoy themselves after death. Their shroud and burial dress are frequently in readiness for them years before they are required, and the headstone for the grave frequently may be seen ready in the cottage, and the Irishman gazes upon it with ecstatic rapture when he remembers how nice and neat it will look when it marks his burial place. There are no people who seem to look forward to death with so little dread as the Irish. They look upon the day of their death as a grand gala day, and make it the great object of their lives to make all possible provision for it. The funeral procession in Ireland always bears more resemblance to an electioneering ceremony. The Irish funeral howl is notorious, and although this vehement, vociferous expression is on the decline, there are still a race of women called keeners, or mourners by profession. A late traveler has been curious to obtain information relating to them, and describes some of them as very extraordinary characters, having memories exceedingly powerful, voices singularly harmonizing and strong, and an intellect by no means weak. In Spain, a widow passed the first year of her mourning in a chamber hung with black, into which daylight was never allowed to enter. When this lugubrious year was ended, she changed it for one hung with grey, into which she sometimes admitted an intrusive sunbeam, but in neither chamber did custom allow her a looking-glass, nor anything but actual necessities. This victim to custom was immediately released if she obtained another husband. Great. In some parts of Africa, the husband is no sooner dead than his wives, concubines, servants, and horses are strangled, under the impression that they will render him the same services in a future life that they rendered him in his past. In Darien, when a woman dies, such of her children as are too young to provide for themselves are buried with her in the same grave. At the Cape of Good Hope, in order that widows may not impose themselves on men as virgins, they are obliged to cut off a finger for every husband that dies. Some of the American Indians lay their dead bodies upon scaffolds, where they erect seats for the mourners, who go every day and sit for a considerable time and howl for them. But if they cannot howl for themselves, they hire persons to howl in their stead. Herodotus mentions that among the ancient Cretonians, a people of Thrace, widows, assisted by their relatives, made interest who should be preferred the honor of being killed on the grave of their dead husband. Some ancient nations dressed themselves as women when they lost their relatives, in order, it is related, that the ridicule attached to their vestments might make them more ashamed of their grief.